Do you want to know what's going on with the Santa Cruz real estate market? I'm Ben Strock, and I'm here to tell you. Okay, everyone is just wondering what on earth is happening with this market. Everyone that I talk to says, well, real estate must be dead. Well, it's not really the case as to what's gone on. So we've seen some wild rides throughout this entire process. However, the market is still moving. That is shocking to many people, and the way that it's moving is just in a different way than we've ever had before. We are still able to show properties with one agent, 2 people per household on vacant properties only. The activity levels on our vacant homes has actually been substantially up. Our inventory levels are substantially down. People don't have as many properties to look at, and they are still out there and looking. The first couple weeks of this pandemic, people were fear-driven. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Everyone thought basically the world was flat, we're going to fall off the edge, and we're done. However, as things have changed and evolved, we've realized the world is round again, and people are coming back out and wanting to see more and more homes. There's needs for people to move. People are still selling and buying, which is very shocking. I'm going to show you some of the market statistics and some of the data for you to allow yourself to do some research and figure out what's going on here. Not every price bracket is the same. The lower price spectrum is a lot more active than when we get into the upper price spectrum. A lot of that has to do with first-time home buyers who maybe are getting their foot in the door that maybe wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And a lot of this is interest rate driven. And so the interest rates are now down at about 3.25% on a 30-year fixed, which is almost at dead historic lows. Those are probably going to stay very flat for a duration of time, allowing a lot of home buyers into the market that maybe weren't going to be able to qualify. Every showing that we're going to, we're having to wear a mask and gloves, and we're trying to sterilize every property and everything we're getting into. So we're trying to take all these necessary precautions and then go through and show properties to buyers who are ready to do that. Not everyone wants to go out there, can't blame you, but we are willing and able to go and show these vacant homes. So in our market statistics, where we really stand right now is that this last week in Santa Cruz County, and I'm pulling up a market snapshot that I'm going to display here, and you'll be able to see that we had 33 homes that came onto the market in the last week. Of those 33 homes, quite a few new pendings. As you'll see here, we had 38 properties go pending. We had 9 change from contingent to pending with all contingencies removed, and 28 close escrow. So the housing supply actually went down from this week to last week. When I looked at market stats last week, we had 283 active single-family homes in Santa Cruz County. As of today, we have 272 active homes. To put that into perspective, that's typically what we'd see in December, about Christmas time. Not everyone's out looking for homes on Christmas, the same kind of way that they're not all looking for homes during this pandemic. Everything that's happening right now is happening for a reason. People still need to move for one reason or another. In the home sales, in terms of what we're seeing in value, and that's what everyone's worried about. Hey, has the market fallen off a cliff? You know, are we 10% down, 15% down, 5% down, 2% down? Well, when I'm looking at the sales from the last week of the ones that closed escrow, the average list price was $953,000. The average sales price was $938,000. So as you see, that's about 3% or 2% difference. Really not that much of a difference in list price and sales price. Some of them are more heavily negotiated in the higher price range. And some of these ones in the lower price range, we're still seeing multiple offers. We've had many homes go pending after the pandemic and the shelter in place went in order. So there are still homes moving, there are still things happening within our market. If you are thinking about buying or selling, there are different strategies that need to be taken based on where we're currently at. I found a really cool tool today, thanks to our Zillow rep, and he showed us that Zillow has Zillow zip code reports. And if you're interested in looking, there is tons of data on there. It will show you the temperature of the market, it will show you what's going on with the rentals, it will show you the trends on the median house pricing in the area. It is just great overall information to start gaining some background into what's happening. Nobody knows, nobody has this crystal ball. And if they do, it's probably not going to be completely accurate, but Zillow does have more data than anyone else. So if they're giving us this data and saying, hey, we have this number of searches, we have this number of sales, we're predicting that this is happening based on other pandemics that we've seen happen historically. Anything can happen. As we're seeing with the stock market, people would have expected it to crash. Here it is, staying relatively steady. So anyway, I'm just trying to give you some data points so you can look at and make your own assessment as to what's going on here in Santa Cruz County. I'm Ben Strock. If you want to talk further about the market, that's why I'm here. I'm a realtor. See you later.